What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the RXP Podcast, the podcast where a bunch of working professionals talk all about their love for movies, especially today, TV shows, and video games. I'm your host, Matt, and I am joined by Alex.
Hello.
Tiffany.
Everything's golden.
Ooh, and Yasser.
Hello, hello.
All right, well, only one of you passed the vibes check today.
Thank you. We all know it's me.
Oh, I was talking about Alex. He's just straight. That's what we're looking for. Today, my friends, my compatriots, we are going to be talking about a little old award show, which I guess is getting smaller each year. So maybe that's part of the problem. But we're going to be talking about the Oscars. We're going to quickly be talking about the Oscars, talk about the state of movies, talk about some movies that maybe we've seen so far this year, and some movies that we hope to see by the end of the year. Question for the group. Anybody watch the Oscars? Or are you guys just like a full clips, checking things on Twitter or whatever?
I know Matt watched it.
I pulled up a web page and refreshed it.
Oh, wow.
After Matt told me what won Best Animated Feature, I then started just like refreshing a web page like every 30 minutes.
Yeah, because that came out really early. Yeah.
I just let
Alex, were you sitting next to Tiffany while she was refreshing?
No, I just let social media tell me who won what.
Excellent.
And I don't even look at all those words, so.
I did also later watch the Golden performance. And
good.
I loved seeing all the actors wave around light sticks. That was a fun time.
Oh, it was amazing. Because they so they passed that around. So that little was like a party favor in a box underneath everybody's seat.
Love it.
And so maybe, halfway through, I saw people holding those little light bulbs because they were like light bulbs. And I was like, what are those white things? Like people were clapping with them. Like they were basically smacking against their hand. And I was like, what are those?
Too soon.
And then Golden came on and they all lit up. And I was like, oh, gotcha. Well, I watched it. The Oscars, this may be a hot take. This is a hot take for people at work. And let me explain myself, before I'm going to state it. No one jump down my throat.
No, you have to say the hot take and then resolve it afterwards.
Yeah. If I had to watch one event for the rest of my life and give up the other between the Super Bowl and the Oscars.
Oh, wow.
I would give up the Super Bowl and watch the Oscars.
That's crazy.
Now, Let me defend myself. Because I'm in a very competitive Dynasty Fantasy Football League, and everybody's like, Matt, well, what about the Broncos? What if the Broncos are in the Super Bowl? Okay, how often does that happen? What, every 10, 15 years? At the best? Sure, maybe. Uh-huh. But I am convinced, outside of the time the Broncos are in the Super Bowl, the best games are wildcard weekends in the NFC AFC Championship. I'm standing on that podium, just screaming the war cry. Otherwise, the Super Bowl's great if your team's in it, but otherwise, man, the Oscars, I just love it. Just love it.
How long is a show?
A show?
The show. How long is the show?
It's about 3 hours, so it is long. It's very long. It's probably going to get longer because in 2029 it's going to YouTube, which hell yeah. So the part is they are still taking people off the stage, kind of like cutting people off. And hopefully some of that will go away. So it's probably going to be like 5.5 hours in 2029, but it will be on YouTube in just a little bit, be off of ABC. And so we'll see. We'll see about that. But big night Sunday. Some of the big wins, one battle after another, won a lot of things. Won Best Picture, Best Director, Best Adapted Screenplay with Paul Thomas Anderson. A lot of people were nominated and won Best Editing and won Best Cast, which was the first year for Best Casting. A lot of people thought it was going to be Sinners, but Sinners was kind of like that number two movie, won Best Actor. Michael B. Jordan with an amazing performance, won Best Actor,
Yeah.
and kind of came out of nowhere. And so that was great to see. Best Cinematography went to Sinners. It was actually the first woman cinematographer to win an Oscar, so that was a pretty historic night. And then Ryan Coogler won Best Original Screenplay, so that was his first Oscar. So a lot of fun things. Hamnet won with Jessie Buckley with Best Actress. My girl, Amy Madigan, for Weapons, which I love that movie. I know Yasser has mixed feelings about it, but I was really happy to see her. And she's kind of like the old guard. She's been in Hollywood forever. And she's kind of chaotic, and so her speech was kind of all over the place, and I loved it. But it was just fun. Like Golden won Best Animated, won Best Song. Like it was just fun. Like a lot of the movies that I watched, I really enjoyed, and so it was nice to see those same movies kind of get a little bit of a spotlight, and it was really good because I think 2025. When I'm going to look back in 5-10 years, I think 2025 is going to be up there with a movie year that I really, really loved. So, yeah, it was a good night. So my question to you all, as you're refreshing this webpage, I was actually able to see all 10 of the Best Picture nominees. This is the first year probably ever that I've watched all of them before Oscar night. So my question to you all, as there might be some gaps in some of the movies you have seen or haven't seen. Does any of the Oscar wins kind of make you want to check out any other films? Or are you all good?
I really wanted to see Hamnet after you were like, Hamnet was amazing. Like, Yasser, I think, did you say Hamlet was amazing?
It's very good.
I really wanted to see it, and it kind of came back for kind of a limited release, but it was like one night on one day around my local area.
Mm-hmm.
So I just still haven't seen it yet. However, seeing that the main actress winning Best Actress and seeing most of the internet say it was a slam dunk anyway, like they should have handed her the Oscar like 4 months ago. That just really makes, I feel like that really solidifies for me that I still really want to see Hamnet.
I hope you do. It will. I still think about that movie. It was Maddie's favorite movie of 2025, and she doesn't keep up with Letterboxd very well, but I tag every one of my reviews with Maddie, like if she watches it with me, and so we look at the end of the year, and she watched over 100 movies last year. So, like she's maybe not deemed like the movie person, but she's like just from osmosis, she's watching a ton of movies. And she watched all those movies, and Hamlet was still the one.
Member,
she's
the second most.
She's still sending me reels like today of scenes from Hamnet and behind the scenes of Hamnet. Like it is still something that she thinks about, and she thinks it's one of her favorite movies of all time. So definitely should check that out.
Yeah, I need to see. It needs to come somewhere to streaming, and then I'll be all over it, and then I'll just have a box of tissues.
Yeah, you will need that. You will need that from experience. You'll need it. Alex, anything pique your interest from the Oscar night?
Matt, I think more so because of my challenge last year, right, which was getting recommendations from y'all. So Sinners and K-pop Demon Hunters were in that kind of line, right? And also from you guys going to the Virginia Film Festival last year and talking about some of these movies, especially Hamnet, right, as Tiffany mentioned. I feel like despite me never watching the Oscars, I was more in tune in understanding kind of the winners coming out of the Oscars this past year more than I ever have been. And so in a way, I'm kind of like, I've somehow been like, as Maddie has kind of through osmosis through you, right, kind of glommed onto the industry and kind of understands like, oh yeah, when Maddie says maybe Hamnet is her favorite movie of all time, it makes sense, right? Because obviously the industry as a whole also recognizes the strength of that film and especially the actors within it. And so for me, I'm kind of like, well, I'm still not necessarily convinced like whole scale, I gotta go see all the Best Picture nominees or whatever. But I will say in particular, and this is mostly out of the curiosity of it and kind of seeing like, right, what the internet kind of keeps in the, I guess, public cycle, at least through my social media feeds, is one battle after another. and being like, right, and that, you mentioned it in our top experiences, right? That was up there for you. So that is the one particular film out of everything where I'm like, I probably should check this out because it feels like that is something that will kind of be a standout for 2025.
Love
Yeah,
that.
sure, what are
Love
you
that.
thinking?
I mean, to piggyback on that, this is actually a year where I feel like I've watched the vast majority of the Best Picture nominees. Not all of them, like you can say, unfortunately, but I do think the one that I want to watch that I haven't watched yet on Best Picture actually is also One Battle After Another. But to be honest with you, I've been holding off on it because I'm not convinced it's going to be a movie that I like. I hope it is. I'm looking forward to
fair.
watching it to see if I do end up liking it, but I'm not sure. Just based on what I've heard and what I've seen, I'm not convinced that I'm gonna. It's a slam dunk that I'm gonna love it because PTA, like, I kind of go back and forth with his movies, I feel. Um, but it is the most anticipated movie out of the winners of the night. Um, Honestly, a lot of great winners all around. I'm very happy for a lot of movies, including you both. You and I know how much appreciation we have for Del Toro. He got a lot of Oscars through production
Got
design,
it.
makeup,
Yeah.
and costume. So, I mean, you got to shout out Del Toro
That's true.
doing his thing. But I was very excited for what's it called? K-pop Demon Hunters to win. That was big. I really do want to
Yeah.
watch some of those performances because I think that would probably be a lot of fun, both the K-pop Demon Hunters performance and the Sinners performance. So I probably will go back and watch those as well as the monologue from Conan. But I've got to tell you, there's no way I'm giving up the Super Bowl for the Oscars. I'm just not an awards show guy. I just feel like they're just not for me. But I love the Oscars for like what it is and like appreciating the movies of the year. And there's a lot of them in 2025. And I'm actually looking forward to the fact that it's coming to YouTube. I feel like that'll make it a little bit more accessible for a lot of people too.
I think
You
so
know-
too. I think so too.
The part of the thing that I actually made me a little bit sad is that on highlight reels on like Instagram and stuff, I would skip past, apparently, I guess with the K-pop Demon Hunters when they were accepting Golden. I don't know if it was the animated film award or the song. They like the internet made it seem like they really abruptly cut off people
Oh,
trying
they
to
did.
say.
It was so awkward.
Was it only for K-pop Demon Hunters or was it for the entire night? Like, as award shows typically do.
So it wasn't the whole night. It honestly was for Golden. So
Okay.
the singer accepted the speech, and then they were starting to cut off for somebody who was just like thanking Netflix and thanking all the people that you're supposed to thank, and it kind of stopped cutting them off. But then it started cutting them off. The lights dimmed. The mic started
God.
sinking back into the stage. And one person was like
What?
still needing to, like the person that I think he wrote the song or something, he was like jumping up and down. He's like, no, like, and it was so awkward. Supposedly, like the audience was booing. It was just like, but like for
booing
us,
the cutting off.
Yeah.
Obviously.
It was so awkward.
Well,
you should definitely look up a clip, but it was for
No.
accepting Golden. Yeah,
I
like,
don't want to
as the
see
best
that.
song.
I
So-
basically kept passing the clip. They're like, watch them be horrible to these people, basically. And I was like, I can't watch this.
Yeah.
And so I would like skip through it. But hearing what you're saying, Matt, that sounds horrible and very sad.
It was very awkward. Like I think there was a lot of fat that they could definitely cut from the Oscars. I think there were some things that they couldn't anticipate. So best, was it? No, I think it was just best short or something. There was a tie, which doesn't happen. It's only happened 7 times in Oscar history.
Wow.
And so like Kumail Nanjiani was, he was presenting and he's like, this is not a joke. This is not a bit. There are 2 winners. There's a tie. I'm going to announce one. They're going to come up, accept their Oscar, and then I'm going to announce the second one. And like it took like a long time. He even made a joke. He was like, it's funny that a short is going to take up the majority of the time tonight.
That's funny.
But like he was the perfect person to be up there when it happened. So I think they were trying to make up time. after that, because it did happen after that. But it just, man, these people put their life into this. I think Golden and K-pop Demon Hunters took like 5 years of development. It's like, yo, this is what it's culminated to. Give them the moment. I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way. And I think a lot of people are counting down the hours for YouTube to take over. So hopefully they don't have like any of those restrictions anymore. So
okay, because I also saw, like, I think in a back-end interview, like, EJ was like, oh, he would also like to say his thanks. Like, I think, like, it was, like, the back-end reporters that let him finally say thank you. And this is where I was like, what happened? You know, like, you know what I mean? Because I'm, like, seeing bits and pieces through Instagram and then finally, like, reading comments and stuff. And I was like, I can't watch this. I'm so sad for, like, for them, but I'm so happy it won. But it's awful to hear that it was so awkward.
Yeah, it was definitely awkward, but you know, I don't know. It's tough. We see this with the Game Awards too. It's like you get some people that spend way too long. You're like, come on, someone needs to cut this person off, and then you know these things happen too, and it just nobody feels good about it. So. It's tough, and that is kind of like the awkwardness of the award show. But I get what you're saying, Yasser. It is sometimes it is tough to kind of sit there, but it feels so good after a good movie year. And
True.
I think something that's weird about this year is this is the first year that I can ever remember where my favorite film of the year won Best Picture, my favorite male performance won Best Actor, and my favorite female performance won Best Actress. Like. This has never happened before.
Man,
it'll probably never ever happen again.
You're
and
in
one, it
tune
made me
with the
kind of like
industry
reflect.
now.
I know. I was like, oh no, am I thinking like the Oscars? Like that's not good. But they were just undeniable. Like they were so each one of them so undeniably good. So can't say enough about One Battle After Another. Definitely take your time, get into it. It's a 2.5 hour movie.
That's also another part of it.
It won Best Editing for a reason. You know my attention span. You know it's tested often with movies that are over 2 hours. And I've watched it twice, and each time I'm like, man, that does not feel like 2.5 hours. Like it is probably the best well-cut movie I've ever experienced. So I'm excited for when you guys see it. Let me know when you watch it.
Alex will probably watch it on a plane.
Oh,
that
would be
like where it was designed and intended to be viewed.
That's right. Yeah. Oh man.
I mean, yeah.
Man, if only David Lynch was alive to hear this podcast, you'd be going crazy. Anyway, so that's enough about last year. You know, this last year was great. Loved it. There was a lot of 5 out of 5 experiences. We've talked about a lot of them already. But now we move to 2026. Let's just take a moment. You know, we're about a quarter of the way through. Have you guys watched any movies so far this year?
Yes.
Anything, you know, pique your interest? Things that you think are going to make it to the Oscars, or maybe to your top 6 experiences, or top whatever we do, 4, 3, 5 experiences at the end of the year?
I have a movie that I believe will make it to the Oscars, but only because there's not that many animated films. And Alex and I saw Hoppers.
Nice.
Pixar's newest film.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I am a little bit. I feel like it's just automatically going to get into the Oscars, but I forgot that Toy Story 5 is coming out this year, so who knows if like only one of them will make it. I mean, it's probably going to be Toy Story 5, but Hoppers was an absolute delight. I gave it a 5 out of 5 on Letterboxd.
Whoa, nice.
And I was watching a director interview where he said he originally pitched the movie as Penguin Avatar. Like Avatar, the James Cameron's Avatar, and the like chief creative officer or whatever of Pixar was basically like, I like the Avatar aspect, but we have enough penguin movies, and so the guy was shifted to beavers. No, like in the world, Yasser, in general. There's enough
like Happy
penguin
Feet.
Movies. Yeah, Happy Feet. Madagascar, penguin, whatever. Anyway,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah.
I was blanking after Happy Feet. I thought they were all going to come to me, and that was it.
No.
One's enough, Matt. We don't need more than one penguin movie.
Happy
Yeah.
Feet 2.
No, that Surf's Up movie with Shia LaBeouf as a
Oh,
penguin.
yeah.
whatever.
Oh, you're so
Yeah.
right. I forgot
There's
about
like
that.
haven't seen
I
any of
can
these.
literally probably name 5 more penguin movies. But March of the Penguins, that was a National Geographic
Oh.
film, but like it was huge.
That's
yeah.
the best.
Oh,
part
I felt
of
like
the
I
movie.
anyway, so Hoppers was really good, and it had a twist in there that I honestly was not expecting. And the cast was pretty great. You know, Bobby Moynihan played King George, the Beaver King, the Mammal King. Sorry,
Beaver
he was the
King.
Mammal. Yeah, the Mammal
Oh,
King.
Yeah, put some
King.
respect
And then
on
Meryl
his title.
Streep. Meryl Streep was the Insect Queen. We had Ego from SNL fame as the like aquatic fish queen. Like there was just a lot of heart and appreciation for nature in this film, and a lot of laughs with that lizard, and like it's the lizard that went
Was
viral.
the lizard good?
Yes, he was hilarious. He wasn't actually.
Okay, I
in it
saw
that
him come
much.
up as a Fortnite skin. Yeah, I was like, this looks
Yes.
pretty good.
He is honestly he was probably only in the movie for like 8 minutes, like if I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, it was a really fun time. I really liked it a lot. Alex, did you like it a lot?
I would say it's, put it simply at best, it's top 10 Pixar. Like,
Ooh.
and whatever
that's
that
huge.
means to you, right? It's different because obviously there's what, like
Yeah.
40-ish Pixar
Yeah.
movies, like give or take. I would say
Yeah.
it easily breaks my top 10, and maybe top 10 like definitively. You know, I agree with Tiffany. It moves quickly. It moves well. The
Yes.
jokes hit. Like they don't really kind of spin out on anything. There's a clear message, and most importantly, I think as Pixar has shown with every single film they release, the visuals just get better and better, right? And it is that thing where yes, these are animated movies, but they are still portraying like natural things, organic things in such a lifelike way where it's even more meaningful when you see these animals, when you see nature depicted like this, where I'm like, oh, I could see this, maybe in my backyard type of stuff happening, right? Like, I don't think I've ever seen a beaver in real life, actually. Like the closest thing I've seen is a groundhog in real life. But it's that thing of I see this beaver in the movie and I'm like, I mean, it basically looks like this, right? Like maybe it's just a little higher resolution and bam, like that's what it looks like in real life. But
Totally.
in any case, it just does what it sets out to do. And also, no spoilers, but I just want to shout out Diane. Thanks, Diane.
I was about to say Diane is one of the best characters in there as well. I agree with that.
Is part of the twist why it's called hoppers when they're beavers? Because here's
No.
the thing. I did some trivia at work the other day, and I was like, if there's an animated movie called Hoppers, and it has
That'd be
to
some
do with
bunnies, yeah.
animals, what animal is on the poster? Everyone's like, rabbit,
Yep.
No.
jackrabbit, bunny.
No.
Nope, it's a beaver. And I does that ever get answered?
So the reason it's called Hoppers is because the concept is you're hopping your consciousness from your body into a robot body. You're hopping.
That's
Oh, I
That's
know
why-
nothing about this movie, obviously.
No, that's why when I said it's Beaver Avatar or like Penguin Avatar, it's literally the Avatar,
Oh.
like James Cameron Avatar,
The
where
simultaneous,
you put your consciousness in an avatar. And so in Hoppers, humans, this professor finds a way to put her consciousness in robotic animals. And so this
Got it.
girl hops into a beaver and starts running amok in it.
Mm.
Yeah.
I was thinking that the James Cameron Avatar portion that they wanted it to be like was have to do with nature or something, or like one with the
I
earth.
Sorry.
You know, like I see you.
Yeah. It's almost like you work with a bunch of adults that don't watch trailers for kids movies or something. and
Yeah.
I'm the friend at work that would have screamed beaver in the trivia.
Yep.
I'm looking
great.
forward to
That's
watching this
definitely
movie
my watch
too,
list.
honestly. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Funny enough, I don't feel like I've watched a Pixar movie in a while. I think the last one I watched around the time that it came out was Turning Red because of your suggestion, Tiffany. So
Yes.
I might have to tune into one of your next
You might have
recs.
to hop on it, if you will.
Yeah.
Boo.
She'll be here all week.
Yep.
Yeah, she will be. That's great. It's definitely on my watch list. Definitely something I'm going to check out. I think, as the year has started, I don't think I've actually watched a movie that has come out this year. I've watched a lot of old movies, and I've watched a lot of movies from last year because I did a lot of catch up from last year. So I haven't watched any new movies as of right now. But I just want to point out a couple movies that were not talked about at the Oscars. One of them was a nominee at the Oscar. One of them that was not a nominee of the Oscar. That are my two favorite movies that I've watched so far this year. Both foreign films. One is No Other Choice, Park Chan-wook movie. And then the other one is It Was Just an Accident, which is a film from Iran. I just watched this past weekend. Both of them, amazing. Like, I loved both of them. They both got an elusive heart on Letterboxd from me. They are two movies that I really enjoy. No Other Choice, super stylized. Park Chan-wook, like, hysterical. Some of those scenes that happen in there are hilarious and gritty, and I just love it. Seems a little bit more mild compared to the other Park Chan-wook movies that I've watched. But No Other Choice is something that I wish I saw earlier. I think I would be just as mad about it not getting a nominee as a lot of like film Twitter has been when it did not get a nominee. Because it is really, really good. It basically is talking about the Iranian regime and just life there a little bit. And it's really good. It's really, really good. It's not something that I would ever expect. It is actually a comedy. It's listed as a comedy. And it's a
wow.
very like dark comedy, I would say, based upon the director Panahi, his experience in Iran. And it's very pointed towards their government. And it's one of those things where when he goes back home, he is, basically going to be arrested. But it is a fantastic watch. It's one of those things. I was watching this Saturday night, and it was so good. The last 30 minutes were so good. Maddie was out of town this past weekend, and so I just literally like rewind for 30 minutes and watch the last 30 minutes again, like right back to back. And I
Wow.
never do that. One, because I'm usually watching with other people, and that's kind of psychopath behavior. But when it's just me in the comfort of my home, I can do whatever I want.
It's like I can
And,
be a psychopath by myself.
I can be a psychopath by myself.
Yeah.
And it was so good. Like, some of the best scenes that I've seen in one of my favorite endings of a movie, like, ever. Like, it not even just not being crazy dramatic. It's a great ending, a great way to end a thriller. So would definitely recommend those if you have a chance to watch them. It Was Just an Accident just got put on Hulu, which is going to, become Disney Plus pretty soon. So, you guys will probably have access to it. Definitely give it a watch. It's pretty good.
Yasser, have you seen anything?
So my first movie of the year was actually also No Other Choice, and I really enjoyed that
Oh.
movie as well. To piggyback off of what Matt said, I think what I liked the most about it is its like editing and the way that it was shot. I thought that was a lot of fun. So if that's something you're into at all, it's automatically an easy recommendation. And otherwise, I haven't seen too many newer movies yet this year. I've watched a couple really bad Friday the 13th movies that I'll never
let's
recommend
go.
to anybody. But other than that, I feel like I do want to start getting back into the groove of watching movies. I've kind of had a slow start, and I think some of the nominees that I haven't seen yet are probably going to be the first on the list, including some of those international feature films, because there are multiple that I want to watch between the one that Matt mentioned, but also Secret Agent, Surat, and the voice of Hind Rajab. So a lot of good options there. And there's a lot of movies that are coming out this year that I'm excited about, but I'm sure we're going to get to that soon. Right now.
I've already have 2 movie tickets already purchased for future
Wait,
films.
Oh, boy.
wait. Before we move on, I have a question for y'all, sir.
Uh-huh.
So we've had 2 Friday the 13th in this year already. Did you watch those movies on those respective Friday
I
the
did.
13th? Okay,
did.
great.
Oh,
Right
okay.
at the mat.
Nice.
I'm glad you can appreciate that. I'm glad you asked that.
Yeah, because you said a couple, and I'm like, wait, we've had 2
Yeah.
Friday the 13th already. For
Is it just a
2026.
coincidence?
Yeah.
Yeah, after it happened in February, because it's not a leap year, that means it's going to happen in March as well. And so I had 2 months back to back where
Wow.
I felt obligated to watch a Friday the 13th. And so if it happens again this year, that's when I'll be watching my next Friday the 13th movie.
Okay, great. On brand.
Please
Have you
make
seen
sure
those
it's
Friday
not
the
soon.
13th? Were these rewatches?
No, these were first time watches. The only
wow.
Friday the 13th that I've watched was the remake ish in 2009. And I remember enjoying that as far as like just like your normal hack and slasher, but I didn't like these two. And so now I feel like I'm obligated to rewatch that remake that I watched in 2009 and see if that actually holds up or not, or if that was just as bad as the originals that they were based off of. But I'm in no rush to watch it. I'll just wait till the next Friday the 13th.
Love it. All right, Tiffany, tell me what tickets you already have. Tell me
Okay.
about them.
I have 2 movie tickets. I have Project Hail Mary, of course, coming out on March 20th.
That's so soon.
Yeah, March 20th. So I have Project Hail Mary tickets, and I'm going to be seeing that in IMAX. And then I have the Super Mario
Nice.
Galaxy movie that I'm seeing on opening night, April 1st.
Nice. I love that.
I'm really excited.
Which one are you more excited
looking
for?
forward to more?
Yeah.
Project Hail Mary. You know what's actually hilarious? I already have planned audience before this is coming out, obviously before these movies have come out. I've already
You mean we're
decided to see
recording.
Project Hail Mary twice.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah.
That's great.
Wait, so
I'm
like,
probably-
have you already bought your second viewing tickets?
I'm
Or,
going
like,
to buy my second viewing ticket tomorrow.
What?
Mostly because I have one friend that can't make it to the IMAX movie,
Yeah, okay.
and Adam
makes
Tickets it has this deal where like you can get $5 Project Hail Mary tickets. So why
Oh.
not? Why not see it for $5?
Why
again?
not?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna hit because everyone says it's hitting. You know what I mean?
It's going to. Yeah.
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 People already. Yeah.
So
People already
I
broke
would-
embargo talking about it. So I think a lot of people are giving it high scores.
I think I am more excited for Project Hail Mary than Super Mario.
Have you been on media blackout with the trailers? Because I have made Maddie not watch any of the trailers because in my mind I think they're very spoilery from
They
just like
are.
a quick snippet of them. I've not watched
Yeah,
all of them, but
I've-
I've seen some and I've not been happy.
I've seen like pretty much all the trailers, and
You've seen the whole
you
movie.
know, I basically have seen the whole
Technically, yeah.
movie with the trailer. But you know what's interesting is I just saw that Ryan Gosling is doing an interview on the New Heights podcast, and he basically said, "I've seen the comments where people are upset with our trailers, but that would be like E.T. being advertised as a movie about kids whose parents get divorced. So like you have to talk about the other co-star." And I'm
Okay.
like,
I
and
don't
I'm
think
like,
so. He goes into space. He's not dealing with divorce.
well,
Like,
no, you know, like
Apollo
he's saying,
13
He's
happens
divorcing
and
from
that's a
Earth.
blockbuster movie. He could go to space and have a blockbuster movie. The presence of an
see.
alien is crazy.
Okay. I mean, that's his argument. I don't agree with him. I feel like it's
Yeah.
more like, yeah, why not just case it like it's a Gravity or an
Yes.
Interstellar situation? Like, I don't know why
Yeah.
you need to make it, so out there. But it is what it is. And guess what?
Mm,
I know he's there, they're there, and I'm
I know.
ready for it.
yeah.
I have no idea
that's
what you guys
definitely
are talking
something-
about, but that sounds great.
You'll see soon, hopefully. Hopefully you've already gotten your tickets, Yasser. Like Tiffany and like myself, because I have also bought tickets.
Hell
My
yeah.
tickets are for the 21st because we
Same.
are actually traveling a little bit down the road so that we can also watch it in IMAX. So we are heading
Yes.
down to North Carolina for the weekends, a little getaway. And
Oh, that's
basically,
why you're going away. Yeah.
yeah. Because it's not our closest IMAX, but we were just kind of making a trip out of it. It's going to be like the centerpiece of our trip is to watch
That's awesome.
this movie in IMAX, because it's one of those, I'm not a big reader, but I remember loving this book, just loving
Yes.
it. And
Yes.
Ryan Gosling, honestly, is one of my favorite actors that's around right now. Like, in my mind, every time I watch him in something, I'm like, man, he's good. He's just good. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not ashamed to say it. Like, he's just good. Like, he's great as Ken. He's great in just everything. La La Land, he's perfect in.
True.
Fall Guy.
I never
Drive.
saw that.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I
can't
like
say.
Fall Guy.
Add it to the list, Matt, for 2026.
I watched Crazy Stupid Love for the first time last year, and honestly,
Nice.
I'm sad it took me that long to watch it because he's amazing in it. Like, it's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So I'm pumped. We're both very excited watching it in IMAX. That's going to be just a really, really fun time. I've never seen anything in IMAX. IMAX has
What?
never been around where I've lived.
Wait, what?
Like
That is actually insane lore drop right
yeah.
there.
How
Yeah.
is that insane though?
That's insane.
Because he's like a moviegoer.
He's
and he
the
hasn't
movie
seen
guy
stuff in
for our
IMAX.
podcast. He's the
That's
movie
Yeah.
okay.
guy.
Never mind. I get it.
And this
I
man
get
has
it.
not IMAXed. Whoa.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about that. We decided, because we were like, oh, should we make a trip to go somewhere, for the Odyssey? And a lot of the IMAX screens around us, like the
Are sold
closest
out.
ones to us, are sold out for quite a while. And it's
What the
like,
heck?
I'm not gonna wait. I'll watch it at a regular theater when the Odyssey comes out, and then maybe I'll watch it in IMAX later. Like, because it's going to be there probably all summer. But this one was like, let's go in March. Like, this will be great. Like, let's make a trip out of it. Watch Project Hail Mary. So we're pumped about it. So cannot wait. It's definitely one of my most anticipated movies of the year, and I'm excited that it's coming soon because I think it'll kick it off in a big way.
Yeah.
Yasser, Alex, are you all planning on watching this movie?
Yeah.
I
yeah.
forgot that it's coming out this weekend, to be honest, but I will try to make plans as soon as possible to watch this because
Perfect.
it's also one of my most anticipated movies of the year. I feel.
I'm getting dragged along. So yes.
Let's go to IMAX.
To
Yes.
IMAX.
Or are you the friend that can't make it? You're like $5 tickets, baby.
No, he's. I'm bringing his body to IMAX.
That's a weird way to say it, but great. I love that for
Yeah.
you, Alex.
Yeah.
I mean, it is one of those things where I'm like, when part of the reason Tiffany even recommended it to me, right, 2 years ago now to read it was because at that time they had announced like the making of the movie. And so they're like, oh, this is
Yeah.
going to be a movie. It's so good. You can also just read it to be prepared for the movie. And so, right, at her recommendation behest 2 years ago in 2024, I did read it. And so it's that thing of like, honestly, it's been a while, I think, that I've actually like fully read a book and are then going to see the film adaptation in theaters.
Oh yeah.
Like, I cannot remember the last one I did because I'll be honest, I did not it must have been Hunger Games, but I didn't watch all of them in theaters. So it's been more than a decade since I've like read a book and then saw the film adaptation in the theater as opposed to waiting for like a later home release. So this is kind of like
Oh,
a
this will
big
be
deal
fun.
for me.
Yeah.
What's also kind of funny is that, well, two things that are funny. Number one, we saw Catching Fire in the same IMAX theater.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
like,
So it's
back
that,
when-
yeah.
Yeah. And then number two, one of Alex's goals and one of my like begging requests is that he reads the new Hunger Games books so that we can go see the movie later this year in theaters.
Woe is me.
Just get on it.
This is gonna be great. This is gonna be a great assignment for you.
Yeah. But now
I-
Mario.
I'm pumped for Project Hail Mary. Very pumped also for Mario. Like when Mario came out, everybody was
You have
dunking
to
on
read
it.
that
Like
book,
everybody
too.
in the film space, right?
Yeah.
But I don't care. It was so good. I love that movie. Like
Oh my
I
gosh.
really enjoy it.
Yeah, Matt, do you remember how literally I was like, bro, you and I are going to go opening night? And then I like texted the rest of the squad and they were like, no thanks. And then
Yeah,
it was you,
that's
me,
what's
and
up.
Maddie. And we
Yeah.
were sat and then we had a great time. And I was like,
It
I
was-
don't know what all those people were anti Mario about.
It's so stupid. Yeah, because it's honestly so much better than any of the other slop that like we go see them stuff with them with.
Yeah.
like Phase 5 Marvel can't hold a candle
How
to
dare
Super
you.
Mario, all right?
Yeah, Phase 5
Um,
Marvel doesn't have the Luma.
It doesn't. The little depressed Luma that's like everything is bad.
And this is
I
our life
loved it.
now. Yeah. I'm pretty excited
I
about
love
it.
all
Can
the
you?
characters that they're adding to it. They're bringing
Yes.
Baby Mario, Baby Luigi into it. Yoshi's there. A
Can you
lot of like the
believe-
deep cut villains from Super Mario 2. It's crazy
Did you guys hear about the announcement of the voice of Yoshi?
that it's Donald Glover.
Yes.
But then I watched the
Yep.
trailer and I'm like, but how would we
Does it
ever
not
know?
sound like him?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man.
He's
I was
such
like,
a good actor, you can't tell.
Meanwhile, Seth Rogen is just Donkey Kong. Like he does not try to hide it.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait for this film. I may not see it on, April 1st, but I'm definitely going to watch it as soon as possible. We're very excited about it.
Alex's body is also coming.
I'm also getting dragged
Super-
along for this too.
Yeah.
I love that. So a couple trailers dropped today and I guess yesterday and today.
Yeah.
Two of the biggest movies that are confirmed for 2026. One of the biggest Marvel movies, potentially the biggest Marvel movie, because we still haven't heard anything about Doomsday. But one movie we do know from the Marvel Universe that's coming is Spider-Man Brand New Day. Trailer released today. Thought it looked really fun. But then my most anticipated movie of the year, Dune Part 3, is coming out December 18th, the same day as Avengers Doomsday. So both of those huge juggernauts, the day after the Oscars, just dropping as many trailers as possible. Like, okay, 2025, you're gone. 2026, it has begun. And I couldn't be more hyped. I think Dune Part 3 looks amazing. I think it's definitely living up to this is going to be the experience of the year for me. I just cannot wait. I know what happens in that book. It's Dune Messiah, but they're calling it Dune Part 3. This is the end of this trilogy, and they've made it pretty clear that it is the end. So I'm really excited. I think I've loved Dune Part 1 and Dune Part 2, so I can't wait for Dune Part 3. Anybody hype about those movies?
I'm not reading
hyped.
that book.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Go ahead, Tiffany.
Oh no, I was just gonna say kind of the same, but I think you know how this is sort of like the Doomsday of it all with
Yeah.
like Barbenheimer. I will be seeing the Doomsday first, and then seeing Dune. Like that's my
Okay.
personal plan.
So Doom's Dune.
That's fair.
There's no way that I'm watching both of those movies in one sitting. Or like one day. I just can't do that.
Oh well, no, not one day. I'm probably gonna see one on like Thursday and
Oh,
one
yeah,
on,
yeah.
like, a Tuesday
I wasn't saying
or
that you
something.
were, but like the people that are going to be doing that, like props, but there's no way I'm doing it.
It's like
I want to get
it's
to
like
Brand New
7
Day
hours in
in
the
a
theater.
second. But
Yeah.
since we're talking about Doomsday and talking about Dune Part 3, is there a chance that they're going to punt Doomsday into 2027? I only say this because news broke out. Avengers is basically like a guaranteed bill in the past. Like you drop an Avengers movie, you get $1 billion. That's the transaction of life. Hasn't done that too many times since COVID, any of the Marvel movies, but a big portion of net profit from, just movie going experience comes from big screens, IMAX, any of the other large format screens, 70 millimeter if that's available. But for December 18th and the first week, Dune has purchased all the screens, all the big format screens. So
Wow.
all the big format screens will not have the capability to do Doomsday. They will only have Dune Part 3.
You know,
So now my question to you all, do you think that Disney will take that risk of like, you know what, we'll just overwhelm them with numbers, even though it's a busy time, and just go at it? They've already pushed it back. You know, it was initially supposed to be 2025, right? Maybe way back in the day. Or maybe I'm misremembering that. I do know it's been pushed back up into, December 18th. Part of me thinks that that's not sticky. I almost feel like this might find its way into 2027 somehow. What do you guys think?
Isn't like, do January movies even do well at all? Like,
Not really.
Yeah, like, because, the December 18 weekend, that kind of makes sense, right? Because, like, the kids are starting the break, school break or whatever. People are traveling, hanging out with the fam. Maybe they're trying to get away with the fam, and they, like, let's all go to a movie so I don't have to speak to you for 3 hours. I don't know. Like, I feel like that weekend just makes sense. The only other thing I could even consider is, like, could they postpone to Christmas Day? Because you know how some movies will do that? But that is a tough one because I don't think Marvel wants to move into like March or like pushing things back also pushes back their, bottom line for their like whatever. I don't even know when their fiscal year is, but yeah, that's an interesting one. I've seen one Marvel movie in IMAX, and that was Infinity War, and that was like on my 4th viewing or something. I was like, let's go see it in IMAX now. Yeah, so I don't know. I've never felt compelled to see any Marvel movies in IMAX. So I do wonder, though. That's a great question.
I still find it crazy that they're going to have the same release date. But I don't know. I kind of wish that they do, but at this point, it seems like, I don't know. Have they started advertising the whole Doomsday yet? I guess not.
Well,
we'll see if the advertising starts ramping up.
I don't know that anyone actually glommed onto the Barbenheimer. Like, I'm pretty sure the fans, like, created that. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like Barbenheimer was created by the movie companies. Because I saw an interview from Margot Robbie that actually said that Oppenheimer, like, one of the producers or something was, like, almost trying to, like give the impression like, oh, maybe you want to move your little movie because our Oppenheimer's coming out. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It was like she was on an interview with Graham Norton. I'll have to find it and send it to you guys. Yeah, but she basically was like, I'm not moving my movie. You move your movie. Like, that was literally the way she described it, and then ultimately it worked out for them both.
Yeah. They've had those like knockoff Cialis commercials with, like all the older Avengers coming back, but they haven't like had a trailer that's like, hey, this is, Doomsday. So they still have their cards. There's part of me that you're right. January and February, not a great time to release a movie. March would be the earliest, but honestly, what would make most sense is that they go to summer if they were going to push it back. Like May potentially. But one other thing, like you brought up Christmas is great. 100 million, 200 million is a good Christmas. I don't know if they would want to do that. Like I think that's really cutting their losses. I would almost think if they don't push it back into 2027, I don't think that they're going to stay on December 18th. I think they might even move up like a week so they can get big screens for a week. They're competing against like Jumanji, which does well in the box office. Like,
wait,
actually does well,
Jumanji
surprisingly.
Yeah.
And like,
now my
you'd probably
interest
rather
is
go
piqued.
against Jumanji than Dune. So maybe they bump up to like the 11th or 4th. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna do December 18th. It just doesn't make sense to me because in my mind, Disney they're doing well. I know they're doing well, but they love money, and the quickest way to get to $1 billion is with those big screens that I just don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it's as sticky as maybe we want it to be. But hopefully it comes out early, because I do want to see the movie this year. Like I'm here for a big event if it's there, but we'll see what happens.
It's interesting you brought up like that logistical side of like the delivering of the movie, and obviously how like the ticket share is bigger, right, with the more expensive tickets. So I never really considered that to be an issue, and I'm like, wow, like that is a definite like factor of the industry to say there's only so many of these venues we can buy out, right, that we can have like, oh yeah, we're gonna have this many seats as possible, right? Like this is the literal maximum number of seats we could have, because this is how many theaters will be showing this movie at that time frame. So the sheer vast number is so large where I'm like, I can't even calculate like how much, money wise would that be different, of saying if we don't have access to those seats, how like are we significantly limiting our maximum capability if we were to sell every seat? That is that worth it as opposed to moving? But I guess then that comes to be my question, are those audiences overlapping? Like, it's not like you're necessarily, besides the seat thing and like what theaters are running shows, like showtimes, but like are like obviously these people, like within this podcast there's overlapping interests, but as a whole, right, are the people that go see Dune in theaters the same people that will go see an Avengers movie?
I think it'll be more.
I feel like there's enough.
Oppenheimer and Barbie.
Yeah, exactly.
So the stat that I saw beforehand was that total ticket sales, IMAX accounts for 20% of total ticket sales for blockbusters, including Marvel movies in the past. And a majority of your ticket sales are going to be within the first couple weeks. So I don't know. It's a tricky situation. We'll see what they do. But I do think, like, in my mind, the people that are going to see Dune are going to see Marvel movies. I feel like it's less of a two separate groups that have a little bit of overlap. I feel like there's a lot of overlap because it's almost like geek culture, like more artsy geek culture and more like mainstream geek culture. I still think Marvel is way more of the zeitgeist than Dune. But I don't know. We'll see. I think a lot of the early adopters that will want to see Marvel day one just won't be able to go to a more expensive setting. And so I do think it will cut into them. But hey, these Marvel movies, like Tiffany just said, she bought 4 tickets for Marvel's, Infinity War in the past. So maybe they won't see any difference if it's such a big phenomenon that they're calling for, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
So Brand New Day.
Yes. Thank you for bringing it back. I've almost forgot.
Topic.
Yeah. No, yeah. I just, before we kind of close out, I didn't know if anyone wanted to highlight other stuff, but what I thought was funny is one of the things that Alex mentioned that the internet said was something about like, what was the quote, Alex? We get a depressed Spider-Man before we get what?
GTA 6.
Oh, yeah. We're getting a depressed Spider-Man before we get GTA 6. And I straight up was like, what do you mean depressed? And then he was like, didn't you watch the trailer? He looks sad as hell. And I like died laughing. And I was like, oh, you're right. I guess he was really mopey. It like didn't click because I was like trying to I was like looking for like there were characters that showed up that I was surprised about, or there's this one character that showed up that I was surprised about, and I was like, wait, who's the conflict here? Who's the bad guy? And I'm just like looking at that, and I didn't really, clock that Peter Parker was just like very sad. Ultimately, I'm pretty excited about this. Opening weekend, I'm there. But I am intrigued on where the MCU goes from this movie. I'll just say that.
Yeah. I'm struggling to read the tea leaves of what Marvel is doing with anything anymore. So like I don't even know if you're dropping hints to me what that could mean, but like I have no idea. I like it because it seems more grounded. Like this is back to street level. It doesn't look like some big cataclysmic event. It looks very New York City, Peter Parker, dealing with Peter Parker things. And that's why I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man's my favorite Marvel superhero, period. Always has been. And
Same.
like I'm very excited to kind of see some of the villains that they showed. Very excited about that. Like there's a bunch of villains that have been even highlighted in some of the Marvel Spider-Man games. So I'm excited to see them on the big screen where they've never been before. But I'm excited. I think it's great. I think Tom Holland has been a great Spider-Man. Man, this dude is always feeling it. Remember like after Endgame and like the first trailer of that was like him mourning Tony Stark's death. So it's like he's always a sad boy, you know, like he
right.
just takes
That's
a
why
break from being
different.
sad.
Yeah.
No, but he's even more sad.
Yes. It like I love the trailer. I thought it was great. Like it felt very contained. And I think, you know, some people are complaining about things, whatever. It felt more contained, and that's what I want for Marvel. I don't want the big team ups. I want some fun characters and maybe a couple people from the bigger universe, but to have a small story, that's all I could ask for.
Yeah, I haven't watched the trailer, but to me, like he should be sad considering where we left off on the last Spider-Man movie. So that to me seems like a nothing burger. I'm kind of just in the boat of like Spider-Man is a known commodity for me. I know I'm gonna watch that movie. I know I'm gonna want to watch that movie. And it's like that situation that you were saying with Project Hail Mary, where I just don't want to see spoilers. I just want to know if I want to watch it, and for that movie, I don't need to know that. I already know I'm gonna watch it. So I'll be there. I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait.
July 31st.
That's a great.
That's July 31st.
Yeah.
So it's like a couple weeks after Odyssey. My God.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a crazy summer blockbuster slate that we have.
Can I
it's
mention
madness.
Can I mention a movie that shocked me that I actually want to see?
Yeah,
I saw
the
the
Odyssey.
It
trailer.
shocked you that you want to
No.
see it?
Yes, I saw the trailer for Disclosure Day, and I want to see
My
that movie.
gosh. Yes.
What's
Yes,
Disclosure?
Okay.
I wasn't
was
even
like,
going to mention it because I didn't think anybody was really going to talk about
That's
it.
interest.
Bro, I'm interested. I saw that and I was like, I need to know. You can explain it better
Oh,
than I
yeah, I've seen this
It's the new
trailer.
Spielberg
Yeah, it does
movie,
look
yeah.
good. It does look interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, so like in my, like I have a theme every month for movies that I'm watching. June is Spielberg. Like my theme is Spielberg
Oh, nice.
because of Disclosure Day coming out. So I'm trying to watch
nice.
all the Spielberg movies I have not watched leading up to
That's crazy.
Disclosure Day. It looks really good. Fantastic actors and actresses. It looks crazy. He's all about aliens. I think we forget that Spielberg is a big alien guy.
Big alien guy.
One of his first films, Close Encounters, I think it was his second feature film, or maybe third. But it was just about this. Like it was just about aliens that he was kind of like picking into. And now at the heyday of his career, he's kind of revisiting this, and I can't wait. I'm really excited for it. So like between this, Odyssey, Brand New Day, honestly, you can start the blockbusters starting this weekend. They're pumping them out. And we haven't even talked about like this fall. There's a ton of really great movies that I'm excited for. Resident Evil, Clayface, Werewolf. Like there's so many movies that are coming out this year. I just can't wait. It's a good year for movies.
You forgot to mention Sunrise on the Reaping.
It's Sunrise on the Reaping. It was right there.
Thank you.
It was in my notes.
I have to read that book. Sad face.
Greta Gerwig is doing the Narnia movie, not The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, but another one, Prince's Nephew or something
Oh,
weird.
I didn't
I
know
think it's
that.
the first one, maybe.
No,
Go ahead.
like Prince Caspian.
It's one that's not ever had a theatrical release. I think it's the first book of like the series or whatever.
That's The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe.
No,
Is it not?
surprisingly not. I think it's The Magician's Nephew or something. I don't know.
Are you talking like chronological printing? or something? Because I thought The Lion, Witch, and the
Um,
Wardrobe was the first book.
So I think this one happens before maybe like the in world. I don't know. I can't tell you what it is. I'm
Okay,
just going off
sorry.
what I thought.
I'm not reading that book.
Um,
Oh my God,
Um,
Alex.
but Greta Gerwig is, one of my favorite directors. Honestly, like she is not really missed in my mind with Lady Bird and Little Women and Barbie. So the Narnia book or movie that's coming out seemingly this fall, really excited for it. So I'm trying to find what it is. And I can't find it. So we'll
You're
see.
right.
I know it's not Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
It's
so
The
we'll go from
Magician's
there.
Nephew, which
Gotcha.
I don't know. Maybe the plot is a prequel. I'm trying to figure that out, but it definitely came out after several of the other Chronicles of Narnia books.
Gotcha.
So
I
very
think-
confusing.
Yeah, I think it serves as the first chronological.
Oh, it is a prequel.
book. Yeah.
Yeah, it serves as a prequel
Yeah.
and presents Narnia's origin story. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
We got there in the end, everybody. But I
You
just love
eventually got
that
there.
As
you
we
know,
always
she's-
do.
Greta Gerwig is such a fun director because Lady Bird, was like a very personal story to her, but now she's just like, you know what? I'm going to make a movie about one of my favorite toys. I'm going to talk about one of my favorite, playwrights and stories and Little Women. And you know what? I'm going to talk about one of my favorite books and, The Magician's Nephew. Like, I just love that she is amazing at what she does and she could just do whatever she wants. So that comes out this year. We've heard nothing about it. So I don't know. The great year for movies. We could probably go on and on and on. But I think we talked a lot about 2026. I'm really, really excited about it. Anybody have any last minute thoughts? Great.
Never mind. Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
No, it was gonna be stupid. It was like, do we think any one of us will actually buy a popcorn bucket this year? Like that was gonna be my last question, but we don't have.
Did
to
you guys
answer that.
buy any buckets last year?
No, that's what I mean. Like, is there any? Do
Do
we
I-
think that there's finally gonna be a popcorn bucket where I'm like, I gotta have it?
Do our theaters ever have the buckets? I feel like the theaters we go to, I never see them even available to buy.
You're not looking hard enough, but honestly, it's because Alex, mostly we just see the reject buckets. We're not seeing the social
Oh,
media
like I'm
star
seeing the
buckets.
this is leftover from 6 months ago. Please buy it, please.
Yes, yes.
Please take this away from us.
Or that cursed Dune bucket. They're going to do something similar to that. You know what I mean?
Oh,
second
those
cursed
sold
Dune
out
bucket?
immediately.
Yeah, the Dune buckets, they got sold out immediately. Not for eating popcorn. Yeah, freaks
Yeah.
out there. You know what I mean? It's just crazy.
I mean,
Right.
any more
Um,
big monsters they can do for part 3.
Yeah, who knows? You'll wait and find out. I don't know. I don't have any space in my house for any of this crap. So in my mind, probably not.
Okay.
You need your
I will say
cereal
the
out of it.
Galactus bucket that was like $80 and lit up. That was pretty cool. But I
Yeah.
also I was like
$80.
thinking about storage when I saw it.
Yeah, that's huge. That's a big price. These buckets aren't cheap. That's another thing that's surprising.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know they were going for $80. That makes it even less likely.
A lot of them are $80 and they give you just a large popcorn size of popcorn
Yeah.
and nothing else, no drink or something. But some of them are less than that and also include a drink and candy. So, maybe there's some good prices out there, but the really big expensive ones are crazy. $80. No. Movie tickets are enough, man. I don't know.
All right. For me, it won't be a bucket this year, but maybe for Sonic 4.
Oh boy.
If there's buckets for Sonic 4.
Who knows? All right. I think that's pretty good. I'm excited for movies, and you should be too. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. Thank you, Grandmaster Doug, for the tunes, and we will see you next time.
Now my interest is piqued.